Hello ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to my channel for another Hot Toys Secret Base figure preview video. Now before we begin, I have to say a massive thank you to Ryan Kirkwood as always. He went out in person and snapped these gorgeous high-res pics. Show Ryan some love in the comments below because without Ryan, this series literally wouldn't be possible. Also, if you are looking to pre-order ARC Trooper Jesse or Captain Vaughn, they are available from toyswonderland.com. Link for that is down in the description below. They have 12-month installment plans and an awesome reward system. Now, just like I said in the ARC Trooper Jesse figure preview video, if you haven't already, go ahead and check that one out. I didn't expect Hot Toys to be doing a bunch more clones, at least not right now. But they surprised us all. I got a bunch of messages with people telling me, oh my god, more clones, I'm so happy. And yes, I am too. Captain Vaughn was a gimme. I thought this guy was going to be announced ages ago. I am glad that both ARC Trooper Jesse and Captain Vaughn do come with more holographic figures. We've got one of Captain Rex and one of Ahsoka in her Season 7 outfit. I'm just really glad we are getting a bunch more of these little holographic figures. I know there are some Star Wars collectors out there who kind of don't value them, but I really like them. They're a super simple, effective accessory. They look exactly like how they do in Clone Wars and in Star Wars films. So yeah, I'm really happy we're getting even more of them. Plus, with Jesse, we're also getting the Emperor and a Republic gunship. Now as for the display base, it's almost exactly the same as the ones we got with the 501st/332nd clones. This time though we have Captain Vaughn on the front, and don't let that nameplate fool you. When he does eventually come out, it will be metal, just like all of the other metal nameplates we get for Star Wars figures. Now the reason I said this guy was a gimme is because most of these parts we've seen before. The recipe, for those of you who don't know, for Captain Vaughn is simply this. You take a 501st clone, you take the shoulder pads and some of the other parts and pieces, including the backpack, and I'm pretty sure the upper chest plate from Commander Cody, plus the helmet from Commander Cody. You give it a blue paint job, and then for the helmet, you give it a 332nd paint job, and then voila, you have yourself a Captain Vaughn. So that's exactly what Hot Toys did. It's a genius move on their part, it's super simple, it gets the job done, it is accurate, and they had all of the parts and pieces ready to go. So I wouldn't be surprised if this guy releases earlier than expected. It's not something that comes with a brand new head sculpt and requires a bunch of additional tooling. They've made all of this stuff before, they know exactly what they are doing. Let's be honest, they've got clone manufacturing down to an exact science. They themselves have become the Kaminoans, the cloners, and I'm all for it. I love each and every single one of these clones. I am even hoping that we get a bunch more. Now you can see he does have the grey midsection and then the regular 501st kind of triangle with the eye in the middle, but he does have the rank badge insignia piece, kind of like the one we got with Commander Cody, so you're starting to see some of those borrowed elements. In fact, I'm pretty sure I did see some really talented customizers already putting together their own versions of Captain Vaughn, but now we too can have one for those of us who, like me, aren't very skilled with kit bashing and customizing and hand painting our clone troopers. This is our easy way out, and I'm definitely thankful for it. Now I do love the color specifically of the helmet, which we'll touch on in just a second, because it is striking. This guy is a clone that's going to stand out in the display. Now I wouldn't be surprised if they don't change anything with the body, and at this point I'm perfectly happy with that. It's very well articulated, it's got ratchet joints where it needs to, and thank goodness with the latest clones they got rid of the ratchets in the hips, so now they can stand perfectly and they can have a very simple A stance without having to worry about those really annoying to work around ratchets. Now he does come with some clone weapons. As you'd expect, he comes with the longer rifle and also the smaller carbine. They're both painted fantastically. We've seen these before, there's nothing nothing really new here. They've got some weathering on the surface, they look suitably metallic, so for me, yeah, I'm perfectly happy with the stuff he comes with. Honestly, I need to tell you the truth. I didn't really know a ton about Captain Vaughn. I mean, I know we saw him in Season 7 of the Clone Wars, but I didn't really take note of who he was until I started to see those really talented customizers making their own versions of him. And fast forward to today, thankfully, I know who he is. And yeah, I'm right there with y'all. I'm super happy that we are getting him. The 332nd kind of needs someone to be right up there in front of the squad. If you don't have Captain Rex doing it, obviously, but Captain Vaughn has a 332nd helmet that's also his captain helmet, if you will. Whereas Rex, yes, he does come with one, and you see him holding it in the show, but he never wears it. He just pops on his modified Phase 1.5/2 helmet, and he goes back to the way he normally looks. Whereas Vaughn is fully decked out in 332nd attire, specifically with this gorgeous helmet. I love the visor. It's a darker reddish orange, and it kind of contrasts very well alongside the brighter orange of the main helmet. That means that this guy is going to stand out. It's all about standing out from the crowd when you're the captain. You want people to be able to look at your shelf and clearly be able to tell, ooh, that one is slightly different from the rest. He's the leader. And this guy does that marvelously. He doesn't have to do much different, he just has a few different armor plates, but that darker brownish orange visor and the stripe down the front definitely tells you this guy is in charge, and I love the way it looks. Paint applications are crisp and clean, as you would expect, and the cool thing is, when we do eventually get him released, the paint applications are going to look even better. For those of you who don't know the process behind making these clones, when they do the prototypes, they're all hand-painted, which means there's some variance, and they do look potentially a little bit rougher. Whereas when we get the final product, all of the weathering is really high-res decals and tampography, which means it's actually printed on the surface rather than painted. That means it's uniform, it's crisp, it's sharp, it's perfect every single time. There is no variance. So yeah, I cannot wait to see both ARC Trooper Jesse and Captain Vaughn in hand. Now I pre-ordered mine from toyswonderland.com. Link for that is of course down in the description below. They have 12-month installment plans and an awesome reward system. While you're down there, why not check out the link to 6 Scale Network, the Facebook group. Come along, chat figures, share photos of your collection, and of course, see what's coming up next on the channel. Like, comment, and subscribe, and we'll catch you in the next video.